Hello and welcome to the Beef Edge, the Teagasc Beef Podcast, for all your latest news, information and advice for Irish beef farmers. I'm Catherine Egan, and on this episode, John O'Connor, Kildalton College Beef Farm Manager, gives an update on the farm and breeding season to date. But first, I asked John to give an overview of the Kildalton College Beef Enterprise.
Catherine, we have a suckler with two beef enterprises on the farm. One of them is the suckler to beef, and the other one is calf to beef. The suckler to beef enterprise, at the moment, we have 58 suckler cows. That's including heifers that calve down this year. And our aim is to have around 50 cows. We're smally, overstocked at the moment, but we have some cows picked out to cull off that didn't go to the bull, so we will get back to around the 51 or 2 cows. That'd be the number of cows we have. The system we have then is the bull calves. 80% of the bull calves we do under 16-month-old bull beef with them. We finish them, so we have some of them at the moment being slaughtered and more to go next week. 20% of them, the smaller lads or the smaller guys, I say our heifers or smaller animals, we do steer beef with them for 24 months old steer beef. On the heifer side then, we would probably 70% of the heifers would go for beef 18 to 20 months of age, where 25 or 30% of the top heifers are kept for breeding. We calve them down at 2-year-old. That's basically the system we run on the farm.
In review, how did calving season 2020 go on the farm?
Yeah, this year was actually, we had a very good year this year. We started calving around the 2nd or the 3rd of January, and we finished late March, 23rd of March. It went very well with 58 between cows and heifers calved down. We had 16 heifers calved down this year, 2-year-old heifers. So we have a lot of heifers coming into the system this year. So basically, it went well. We lost 2 calves out of 58, and it was an easy calving system. We had that many issues with calving this year. The last couple of years, we've changed our system a bit. And it's probably only accidental that happened. We used to always give the cows silage and restrict them with silage and straw. But the dry summer, we were very short of fodder, so we bought in hay. So the hay actually worked quite well with less calving problems and more live calves. So we went back at the hay again this year, and it worked very well again. With very little problems calving down, and we're very happy with how it went.
You mentioned your calf heifers at 24 months. What are the key requirements you're looking for?
I suppose the first thing is make sure they're big enough when they're going to the bull. We'll be trying to make sure they're over 380 or maybe over 400 kilos. When they're being AI'd or putting calf and they're calving down, then a good size, restricted diet as well, and most important, a very easy calving bull. We use an easy calving bull on the heifers, so that's important as well.
You're well into the breeding season now. How is breeding season going to date?
So far, it's going very well. We on the breeding season, 50% of the herd would be AI'd. What would be AI'd would be all the young heifers and the top maternal index cows, the top replacement index cows. We pick our best cows by the replacement index and the quality of the calves they have out. So we try to keep our best cows, and we get daughters out of them to keep them for breeding. And the other 50% of the cows then would go with the stock bull. There would be usually around, there'd be 3-star cows, maybe 4-star cows. Maybe they wouldn't be suitable for breeding to keep their daughters out of breeding. So we put them with the stock bull. So at the moment, I think off the heifers, there's only one heifer that didn't come bulling yet. We started doing the AI and the half the bull on the 28th of March. So we're well into the season, and there's about 3 cows that didn't come bulling yet. Overall, we're quite happy. They're coming in very fast.
There's also a mix of AI used on the farm. What heat detection aids are used?
Well, on the heat detection, we find works very well. All the cows are tail painted and the heifers are tail painted, and we do the lighter colour starting off, and then as we go along, as the bull then will change, we start off with a bright colour, then a blue colour, and walk along. And we also use a freezing teaser. The cow to be checked then 3 or 4 times daily. So if a cow is bulling this morning, we use the AM and PM situation. So if a cow is bulled this morning, or bulling this morning, should be bulled this evening, and then vice versa. Should bull this evening, should be bulled tomorrow morning. That's basically what we do. As I said to you, Billy, the stockman here, he does the AI. He's actually very good at it.
How are AI sires selected?
Just by we probably go for a couple of things, but with indexes anyway. If we keep them with replacement heifers, go for good replacement index. We also look at the terminal index as well, and we use some of the animals that we used before that would have very good records and good animals. So basically, we look at the replacement index and the terminal index. We look for a bit of both. Definitely for replacement index, we want 5-star bulls for the heifers to keep the daughters. Now our indexes are increasing every year, so basically we're hoping to keep that going.
You mentioned the importance of easy calving sires on replacement heifers. What AI sires are you using at the moment?
We're always using EBI. He's very good, but some of the daughters out of him now we're using LM2242. He's an easy calving bull as well. He's very good indexes for terminal and placement index. So this is the first year using him. He's only 2.8% calving difficulty. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. See, some of the heifers would be out of the EBI themselves. So basically, we picked him this year as well. And all the cows them are probably using this mental bull there, Corey and Harp, Corey and Harp, we're using him, and we also use CWI. We used to use a lot of CQA. We can't get straws for him anymore. We find the cows we mostly would be metal cross, limousine cross cows. That's our breed of cows we're working at.
And John, what's the plan for the 3 cows that are not bulling at the moment?
They probably will come around. You see, the other thing is we'll leave them off with the bull. You know what I mean? We'll be pulling the bull in another 3 weeks' time, early June. So we'll leave them off. Maybe the last start of the cows might just leave off the cows with the bull. And probably pick them up. That's all we do. If they're not in calf, we have basically what we do when we pull the bull, come the early June, 5 weeks later we scan the cows. What's empty won't be kept. No matter what they are, we just move them on. We just scan empty. We have a few extra heifers put in. Well, 11 heifers gone in, and as I said to you, a few extra cows. So we're trying to. What we're doing, we're getting the calving down to 11 weeks if we can. It's 11 and a half weeks this year. It was 12 weeks last year. Try to get down to 11 weeks. That's our aim.
John, what do you see as the benefits to compacting calving to 11
weeks?
It's
more compact calving, and you have the calves are much all this kind of the same size coming in together. You know what I mean? It just works well, the calf. And there's a couple of reasons. And then a lot of the students we use the students a lot, and all the students come in here do beef module, so they'll be here for the calving, and some will go on placement. So basically, we start calving. That's why we start calving early January. Because they will be here for the month of January. A lot of them don't go on placement in February, and some might go in March. So we like a lot of the calving done, and we do a lot of the skills with them, with the students when the calves are here, like the dehorning and tagging and all that. So basically, it works well between the students and the college, and the beef unit.
With current soil moisture deficits, what is the current grass situation?
At the moment, if you asked me that 2 weeks ago, I say we would be cutting out paddocks, and we were very determined. We're going to cut out a few paddocks, and we said we hold off for a few days. The growth there 2 weeks ago was nearly 80 kilos a day, but last week it was only 42, and we're okay, but we're just monitoring the situation at the moment. We need rain. The land is a very dry farm, and it is beginning to dry up. We need rain, but we're okay. We're at the moment we're fine, but we need rain in the near future.
And when do you plan to cut silage?
This week we're going to cut our silage. Our silage is stopped. We stopped since early April, so we're cutting it this week, and hopefully we have good quality. So basically, all the silage ground is always grazed. We graze with sheep or we graze with the cattle, and then we always stop it for early April, and then we cut late May, heavy year. That's our plan. And then we will then stop and work out. Then we'll do a second cut as well. We have silage left over from last year, so we're not in a bad position. So the main thing is to make quality silage is very important. That's our number one, have quality silage.
How important is quality silage for the beef systems you're operating?
I should look at the average daily gain is quite good on the weanlings and on the finishing cattle, and you have to have quality silage for them. And as I said to you, we don't want quality silage for the suckler cows, but we're gone kind of down the road of we have a field of hay plan stopped as well. So we'll probably go down the hay road with the cows, because it's before the silage, the weak quality silage for the cows was causing problems to calving. So we're kind of going to make the quality silage for the weanlings and the finishing cattle. And then we have the hay then for the cows. That's our plan.
John, you mentioned earlier about finishing stock. What is the current plan on the farm for finishing stock at the moment?
At the moment, I suppose on the bull side, what happened last year, most of the bulls weren't born, bull calves weren't born in February, so we only had 3 of the young bulls gone yet. So we have 4 more now going next week. So if the bull is born the 2nd of April, he has to be killed before the 1st of June. So we're waiting. We get the 16 months out. We have a batch of them to go next week, and most of them will be gone by in another 3 weeks. They actually done quite well this year. We were disappointed with them looking compared to other years, but then again, they were later. What happened last year, most of the heifer calves came in January, and the bulls came in February, March. So we were disappointed, but probably age was the problem. You know, a lot of them were born in in February.
The profit monitor on the farm in 2019 was very good, with a gross margin of 1,260 per hectare. What do you put that down to?
I suppose it is, Catherine, is down to a combination of about 5 or 6 very important points. I would say breeding efficiency is very important. Breeding at average daily gain per day is absolutely vital. Our stocking rate is high. We're 2.6, so we have a high stocking rate. Grassland management is definitely we measure the grass every week. We do a farm walk every week. We work out what we should do. We don't have stemmy grass, and we just cut paddocks if they get too high. And if we get tight for grass in the dry summer, we just have to start feeding bale silage. Grassland management is very important, and animal health is very important. And the most important one is calves per cow alive. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if they're alive, you have something to sell. So basically, calves. In the last couple of years, we improved our calves per cow, which is very important. This year, I think it was 0.99, or nearly a calf per cow, about 56 calves out of 58 cows, so we're quite good. And the other thing then, the calving interval has improved in a major. We're gone from 2019, we're 373. This year, we're 355, and we're trying to keep our calving interval is very important as well. I think one of the most important things is the breeding and having the top quality stock. The cow is to produce a good calf and have a very good average gain, daily gain, and have a very good grade for the animal.
Herd health is a key cornerstone on the success of the farm. What are the key things that you do on the farm in relation to herd health?
Yeah, well, we are what they call it, gone into beef. So we will be on the calf side. We will be doing the fecal leg count. So we'll dose them when on the results of that. And the calves are vaccinated twice for blackleg, and we also done the calves when they were out the shed. We're done with whistle valve. That's the calves done for, and the cows are also done for lepto every year. They're done for salmonella, and they're done for. We're still vaccinating for BVD, and the most important one vaccination we do every year is for the rotavirus corona, just a month before the calf down for calf scour. So that's basically a very important one. And that's our vaccination. Our vaccination program, we do a lot of vaccines, but keep down the disease is the main thing. It's an expensive. It's probably, I think it's costing. I worked out one time last year. It's about €36 per cow. It's vaccination. That's what it's costing. But have healthy elements is very important.
You mentioned that there's also a dairy calf to beef unit on the farm. Can you give an overview of the system?
Yeah, we always have a dairy calf to beef system. It's fantastic for teaching students. You know, when you're doing grading cattle, fat stores of cattle, and even because a lot of the students come in here, they could be dairy students, but they would have a beef background as well. They would have dairy to beef. So we used to always keep 24 calf to 25 bull calves every year. We get them from the dairy herd and finish them at 24-month-old steers. Probably get them into around 650 kilos. What they call it, live weight of 2-year-old, or the calves weight of 335, 340 kilos. That's what we're doing consistently every year. Now, we probably have to say that we do pick out our calves. We don't just take all the calves. We pick out the calves that we pick out the calves that the Frisian calves that suit the system. This year we're going to be up higher numbers that there. This year we're going up to 35. It's the first time ever in a long time. We have a small bit extra land in that unit, so we got up to 35 bull calves.
It's busy on the farm at the moment with silage season approaching. How are you managing with current COVID-19 restrictions?
Well, sure, there's very strict guidelines here. Like anyone coming in, like we're looking up, we do the AI ourselves, so we have no one coming in. The silage operations will be kept separate, and And basically, we have no canteen here at the moment, and so beef people just have to, everyone still keep their distance from one another. So basically, that's basically what we're doing. There's a lot of, we're just be very careful. That's what we're doing.
Thanks, John, for joining me on the show.
No problem, Catherine. Thank you.
That's all for this episode, and my thanks to John for joining me on the show. You can catch up on all other shows and interviews from the Beef Edge podcast on the Teagasc website at teagasc.ie, or you can listen on Apple and Google Podcasts as well as Spotify. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss a show. For all other updates from our beef programme, keep an eye on our Twitter and Facebook pages. Until next time, I'm Catherine Egan, and thanks for listening.